Hi, I'm Al Laws, CEO of Win Family Services. I want to talk to you today about our family strengthening practice model. Our family strengthening practice model is a holistic, strength-based, and family-focused model. When we talk about holistic, we talk about the whole person. We talk about treating people and dealing with people with both their mind, their body, and their spiritual needs. A lot of times when people are dealing with individuals, they a lot of times leave out all the components that make up the holistic person. When we talk about strength-based, we talk about focusing on what is strong about people, what are the things that are valuable about people, as opposed to their deficits, as opposed to the things that we think are wrong with them. And we use focusing on their strengths, on their value, as a methodology, as a way of helping them work on their challenges, work on the things that they need support services for. And then when we talk about family focus, it means that we are not child-centered. The model has a focus on being family-centered, where we look at the whole family as the element for healing everyone in the family, including the child.
The family strengthening practice model is a natural skill development for improving communication and family formation. It's a strength-based model, so we don't focus on the negatives. We don't focus on what's wrong. We focus on finding the good. There's a natural inherent good in every family. There's natural love in every household. Regardless of the pathology, there's always some good to find.
The history of the family strengthening model is that it really comes and bursts from the community. I always say that our family strengthening practice model is the only model that is really derived from the community itself. And what that means is that the skills that were determined from people who actually worked in the community and work with families. And so therefore the skills are very intuitive. They're very easy to replicate, and they feel very natural when people use those skills.
So this model puts the emotion into the concept of strengthening. And it does so using concrete skills that the entire team can understand.
We use skills like showing understanding, which helps us understand where the individual is coming from. Another skill we use is joining, which is a way of finding agreement with people before you try to look at whatever you disagree with or whatever you might not agree with in the conversation or in the exchange, in the dialogue. So these skills help us in a very simplistic way become experts at exchange and communication, and we teach this to our staff, to our families, and it is a very powerful method. We recognize that people come with their own set of spiritual beliefs, and so we see that as a very important part of what we do. That's why we call ourselves faith-based. Faith-based meaning that we recognize and see faith as an important part, an important element in people's lives. And so we decide not to ignore it, but to incorporate it as part of the treatment continuum, part of the helping process that we do with children, families across the country. We have an answer for what many of the stakeholders, many of the state agencies, many of the agencies on a federal level, we have an answer for what they're trying to do. These services have to be moved further into the community. So what Family Strengthening does with this very family-focused, community-based approach, it allows us to help the family in that setting. And it helps us equip the family with the skills that they need to be successful after we're out of the picture.
We teach practitioners to engage and join with the whole family in the community. Instead of asking a family to come into an office for therapy, which can be quite difficult at times, we actually meet them where they are in the community. And we have a meeting, we have family meetings with those important people who impact that family on a day-to-day.
What you want is this operational concept of strengthening in your agency. And this model supports it. And it's something that you understand. you can almost see it now that this is what you want in terms of strengthening.
It is a model that works seamless with any milieu of service that's provided. So family strengthening is applicable to be used in residential treatment centers, in group homes, in treatment foster care, and in-home support services. Family strengthening can be utilized to train local social service workers, even be used to train administrators to be able to both communicate with their colleagues in a more effective way, but then as we talk about those who are providing direct services, they learn very clear skills about how to interact and how to help children and families move in their treatment and their healing process.
This is a model that brings together an agency in such a way that teamwork is not just a concept, that you can work in a team if the communication is similar and common. So you need to know this, so you know that what you want you can get from this process, and that the expertise and mastery is there with Win Family Services.